What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles New 52 Batgirl figure. Working through my Bat family reviews with my DC Collectibles figures that I picked up. And this is it's a really nice figure. A couple things that really are bothering me about this figure, though. Overall, I think she's a pretty decent figure. It's just quality control, and but other than that, the sculpting's very nice. I think the face sculpt is one of the betters as of lately for female figures from DC Collectibles. Some of them are just fugly looking. I don't know, but she does come with an accessory. Let me just set her aside here. Comes with a nice grappling gun, and it actually does work as a grappling gun, which is surprisingly, because we haven't really gotten too many accessories that are actually working accessories as of lately, I feel like, action figure wise. But it's just a nice base solid yellow to match her gloves, her boots, and the inside of her cape, and obviously her bat symbols. So there's that, and let me just set her aside. I'll get to the packaging really quick. I just couldn't help myself. I had to pull her out of package and take a closer look at her. But it does say Batgirl up top, and it's got the nice window display with the peeled back DC logo. It says Batgirl DC Comics New 52 on the bottom there. It's got a nice silhouette of her on the side in purple. And on the other side, it's a picture of the figure itself. On the back, you have the other figures that you can pick up. They have the whole Justice League right here, and then you have Nightwing, which is coming out, I believe, this month, and Supergirl, which I believe has already been released. So, I'm probably going to pick up that Nightwing. He looks much better than his prototype. His face looked like his nose was almost like a beak. It was like too pointed, and I don't know. It just looked really weird in the prototype. But I have seen updated pictures of it, and he looks a lot better. So I'm probably gonna pick up that Nightwing. But pretty cool. There's the nice packaging. Let's bring in Batgirl back in here. Like I said, she's overall, I do like this figure. I think she's one of the better Batgirl figures that we've got, and we haven't gotten too many Batgirl figures from DC Collectibles in a while, to be honest with you. Especially with the new 52 coming out, I thought they would have pumped this character out a long time ago. Hopefully we can get a Bluebird down the road, and some other new Bat family characters. That would be nice as well. But speaking of Barbara Gordon here, now this is the big QC issue that I had. Mine was just packaged improperly. I've already contacted Among Time, and they said they're probably going to let me know or whatever. I've sent them an email, and they said they will get back to me as soon as possible because they're closed for Columbus Day weekend. But anyway, this is the big problem. Whoever packaged this at DC Collectibles, as you can see, there is a problem with the boot. And what happened was the boot is a separate piece, and it plugs into the leg plugs into the boot, and they didn't properly unfold the boot and just kind of shoved it in there, so it folded inward onto the leg. And this piece was underneath here. Sorry, I'm way off camera. This piece was like cuffed underneath here, and then when I pried it out, like some of the paint started chipping off, and I was just like, this is annoying. So that, and the other part that I don't like, and this is just purely by design, is that her gun is way too wide for her hand, which is just a shame because this is a really nice accessory, and we really don't get too many accessories with DC Collectibles these days. Just putting her hand in there, and then I feel like it'll stay if you position it properly, but her hand is way too small to be holding on to this gun, and I feel like eventually her thumb is going to snap off. So, I mean, nice accessory, but, I mean, she can't really hold it. And like I said, I feel like if she does hold it, this thumb is going to eventually snap off, because it's not the same type of plastic that you got with Marvel Legends, where you have more of a pliable thumb. This might eventually have a stress mark, and then the stress might lead to snapping off, and then you got Barbara Gordon, a beautiful Barbara Gordon figure with no thumb. So, I mean, it's nice that they gave us this, but they probably should have thought about how this is going to fit in her little hand, or made her hand a little bit larger. I mean, that would have been fine with me, but... So, there's the accessory. That's the unfortunate part. And those are really the only negatives that I have. Well, maybe one more, but I'll get to that. We haven't gotten to that point yet. But overall, just standing here and just looking at her, she does look very nicely done. I'm really glad that this Barbara Gordon figure came out as well as it did, sculpt-wise. And even paint-wise, I feel like maybe the yellow should have been a little bit darker, maybe closer to a gold. But I still like it nonetheless. It's really nicely done. Her hair is very beautifully sculpted in the back, and it does have some nice detail throughout. Some nice black detail throughout the back. She's got obviously some nice sculpting, and all these lines over here for her new 52 suit are sculpted in, the gray pieces. They're all sculpted in, the bat symbol sculpted and raised on her chest, and that is actually a miniature bat symbol. This is the updated costume. Her first costume actually had purple on the inside of her costume, and then I believe she started changing it, and she actually got a little miniature bat symbol. So if you're wondering what that blotch is, I actually thought it was a paint defect, and then her new updated suit is actually got a miniature bat symbol on her side. So that makes sense now. So that's not a big issue there. Pretty much the paint on the utility belt, I don't know how she would get anything out of this utility belt, because it is the smallest utility belt I have ever seen. I don't know how she would be able to get a batarang or even hold her gun on this utility belt. It's just teeny. But, it's comic books, and use your imagination. Her gauntlets are pretty nicely sculpted as well. Would have been nice if we got a little bit different paint right on there to kind of equal her suit. But still, like I said, the inside of her legs are sculpted and painted nicely. No problems with paint rubs or anything like that, or paint bleeding. Nothing like that. And here's her backside. So, pretty consistent. Even the inside of her cape, which usually are marked up and with a lighter color whenever capes are two-toned. Don't have a problem there. Nice, pliable, rubbery material for her cape. As far as her face sculpt, there is her face. I think it's pretty decently done. The eyes are they're okay. But you can definitely tell that's Barbara Gordon underneath there. Like I said, the chest symbol, getting a close-up of her chesticles here. Chesticles! So it looks pretty good. This boot is really bothering me, though. Just the way it looks. Ugh. But her boots are also sculpted at the toe. And as far as her articulation, her head does move side to side. Pretty good range of motion, even though the hair is there. Her head can look up a little bit, about that far, and does look down. And her arms go up about that far, and they do go down. They can do a full 360 rotation. She's got a rotation at the upper bicep, single bend at the elbow. She does have a glove swivel, no wrist articulation, no waist articulation, no ab crunch, no nothing like that. She does do nice splits out to the side, and the other problem I had was her legs don't really go forward at all. That's about it. It's pretty weak. So, I don't know, that was the other issue I had. No upper thigh swivel of any kind. She's got a single bend at the knee, and she's got an ankle hinge. So they dialed down and dialed back with the articulation with this figure, which is fine. That's okay. I'm probably just going to have her standing anyway, just like so. But, you know, that really bothers me. I don't know. That and the fact that she can't even hold her grappling gun, grapnel gun, excuse me. That should have been something they thought about when they were releasing this figure. But still a nice accessory, even though it doesn't really fit in her hand properly. And but the overall figure, I think she's pretty decent. She's got consistent paint, no defects on her that I saw. Crisp paint, beautiful sculpting. So would I recommend this figure? I mean, obviously, if you pick this figure up, she's not going to have. She might not have this problem that I had. This is probably like a 1 out of a million problem. I would say the articulation in the legs are very limited, but she's more of a statuesque figure, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess. The big problem for me is the grapnel gun. She can't really hold it, so, I mean, kind of a useless. I would have preferred just her giving her a batarang instead, but still a nice figure. Like I said, if you're looking to complete the Bat family, this is a key element that you'll need to completing that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So if that were the case, you're trying to finish the Bat family, I would recommend getting her. But if you're just kind of a here and there cherry picking collector, I would say she's still probably worth the money. So definitely 2 thumbs up. I do like this figure. The leg articulation going forward sucks though, and she can't hold her grapnel gun, which kind of blows too. But just pointing out the pros and cons here. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.